Another unboxing. Yeah.
I wouldn't be standing alone tonight.
Look at that. Oh! And I landed it. There you go. See?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be standing alone tonight.
Be wandering off and shit, dog.
Wouldn't be standing
Yeah. Finish my cup, then
If you guys saw my community post, it was between this and the Madvan VE. The votes came out 50-50, so I went ahead and bought both. The Maverick Quantum Plus XT Flux. Maverick Quantum Plus XT Flux. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. And first impressions, it looks great. I heard these bodies are PVC, so I'm going to reinforce it just with some duct tape, Gorilla Tape. But if you order the clear body, it is Lexan and much thicker. Also, these wings, I heard these wings, or I saw these wings break a lot. I'm not even going to use this wing. I've got Lexan wings that I can cut to size and mount right here, so not a problem. And let's check out these tires. Now I like all the badging here, the Mav badging. These are the treads. I don't know what treads these are. I know that the monster truck version of the regular Quantum has got some really nice treads. I think they're called like Ascenders, or I don't remember. Something like that though. But this pattern's good. I don't see any problems with this. It's a pretty nice size, like a, I don't know what that is. It's like a, it's bigger than a 2.8, but it's not a 3.8 either, so I'm not sure. But they feel good. They look good. The body looks good. Let's look underneath here. You've got the Maverick badging on both sides of the chassis. Now this is a low center of gravity chassis, which is nice. And I wonder if this one's got the new style arms on it, because they changed the arms to a different style. It's hard to see. We'll look later. Let's get this body off. Sweet. It's got a really nice heat sink on it. And that's a 3665. Gear mesh is good, real good. 32 pitch gears. I'll probably gear up to like a 15 tooth. And we've got, of course, the center diff here. And the drive lines are all heavy duty from what I understand. This has got the upgraded axles and the upgraded universal shafts and the upgraded dog bones, the HD. People were having trouble with their axles on the original Flux. I do believe that the new version Flux has the HD axles out of the box. And also I think it does have the new arms out of the box. It's hard to see if these are the new arms or not. Yeah, these are the new arms. Yeah, you can see that those are the new arms. They're not rounded there. They kind of come to a point. And those are the upgraded arms. Upgraded arms, which is also upgraded composite. It's nice. It is actually really nice. This chassis, it looks good. The honeycomb chassis seems really strong. The bumpers, they seem really good. Shocks are pretty plush. That's damn good out of the factory, I have to say. Now, Hpi Maverick have been listening to people. They quickly got some things changed. They quickly changed the arms. They quickly came out with heavy duty shafts and dog bones and universal axles. But now what I'm reading is they come on the normal Flux as well. So that's good. So the Flux is going to have better dog bones and better axles, better shafts and better arms. I believe these are the thicker HD ball links as well on these rear toe links here. Yeah, so those are also the upgraded ones. So a lot of the things that were going wrong with the original Flux have been addressed on this, and it's been lengthened. This is about short course wheelbase, probably around 13, probably just under 13 and a half, maybe like a 13.3 inches. I'm not positive. I have to look up the specs, but it's a long wheelbase. Long wheelbase with the center diff and chassis braces. This motor mount looks really good as well. It gives you the option to change your pinions quickly, remove your motor quickly. And this has got pivot ball suspension. Now, even this box said pillow ball, but that terminology just doesn't sit right with me. You know, I was a mechanic for years, and that's a pivot ball. I think Jang ruined everybody on that. Jang called it pillow ball, and it kind of stuck. But just Google a pillow ball and Google a pivot ball, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, we've been calling these pivot balls since I was a little kid racing at the Antioch Speedway when I was 10 years old. So I guess terminology changes, but those are pivot balls. This is a pivot ball suspension. Those balls pivot. It's the term pivot ball. Anyway, it's really nice. It's got dual pivot ball suspension, the front and the rear. It's all ball bearing. It's all ball bearing throughout. It's all hex hardware throughout. All hex throughout. I'm not sure about that servo. It looks like the ones you get in your FS Racing, HSP rigs. I believe this is a HSP. This is a HSP rig, and I'm starting to lean toward the Kaiju being HSP and the Dacono also HSP. It's very similar, and the Dacono and Kaiju layout is very similar, and I think they're HSP. At first, I thought the Kaiju might be from V-Car, because it's kind of similar to a Bison as well, but it's not. It's they're HSP, and I'm pretty sure Maverick is also HSP. I know that they sell, you know, the Strata, and the Strata line is all HSP. From the 18 scale to the 10 scale stuff, it's all HSP. So I think this is just the newer versions of HSP. And I've had great luck with HSP stuff, to be honest with you. My Brontosaurus was one of my favorite monster trucks, which is the Red Cat Volcano. And then I have the Grampus, which was is the Helion Conquest MT. And I love them both, and they give me no issue at all. So, don't see a problem with that. Oh, it's got a metal Ackerman arm in there. That's cool. Just noticed that. Like I said, suspension's real good. Tires is real good. 3S capable. I'm going to put some bigger foams here and totally tape that up with Gorilla Tape or duct tape. Whichever one has red. I like the red for some reason. And yeah, I've got some, this is 14 millimeter hex, but I've got Duratrax and Dynamite tires to fit. I'm going to try, I think, the Vultures next. I'm going to try the Vultures. Vultures, Vulcan, one of those. Anyway, I've got the Vindicators on this. And I think the Vultures or Vulcan or whatever, they're a bigger rim with less sidewall. And but people complain about 14 millimeter, but you've got options. You've got all the T-Max options from back in the days, of course. But now you also have Duratrax and Dynamite options, and they make awesome wheels and tires. And it wouldn't be a big deal to convert this 17 mil or down to 12, because this is basically an 8th scale. It's a 10th scale Truggy. And 10th scale Truggies are basically the same size as an 8th scale buggy. Just like short course trucks, 10th scale short course trucks run the 8th scale buggy chassis and wheelbase. This is basically kind of like a big rock, the length of a big rock or a Typhon 3S, just with the proper center diff setup. Now even if the Arma put a center diff in the back like the Helion rigs had, and it's an option for Traxxas rigs as well, like the Slash and whatnot, that would have been better for the 4S line. Like, hopefully the new 4S line has if it doesn't come with a center diff here, It has a center diff in the back still that you could tune because it was much needed. Anyway, this is my first HPI. I've never owned an HPI. I've worked on HPIs before. My buddy has like the Savages and the different Nitros and some Flux on-road cars. But I've never owned one myself. So this is my first HPI. And my first Maverick HPI, of course. And I like it. I like it. I think they did a really good job. The motor is really nice. The ESC is really nice. And these things are going to rip. I'm going to gear it up a couple teeth. You know, I'm going to go looking around at all the Hex hardware and make sure it's good to go. I'm going to reinforce this body. And then we'll get out here and rip this thing. This thing is nice. Now, I was a little skeptical, you know, looking at, you know, videos of this. But once you see it up close and you get to looking at it and looking at the composites and feeling it, you realize it is a quality piece. You know, for around $50 less than the Arma, I think this is probably a better bet. We'll find out. You know, the big rocks do 50 miles an hour out of the box. I don't think this one will. It'll be very close though. But let's see about stability. Out of the box, the big rock is not that stable at speeds. You know, you've got to do some tuning on it and change tires. So we shall see which one is the better bang for the buck in the long run. Now they're all going to have their ups and downs. They're all going to have their goods and bads. We just want to see which one has bads, has lows that are more livable with, that are easier to fix, you know. And we'll find out here soon. I almost forgot. So this is the transmitter. It's nothing to write home about, I guess, you know. You flip that up backward. Got your EPAs here. You got your reverses, your bind. These are for your dual rates and your channel 2, 1, your channels 1 and 2, and your dual rate. It is foam. Trigger feels good. It's weight to it. There's weight here too, so that's actually a plus. It looks funny, but it feels okay. If they put a piece of rubber around here, it might be a quality piece. This needs a little rubber grip, you know. I'd take a rubber grip over the foam wheel if I had to choose. But ergonomics is okay. You know, it's kind of hard to drive one-handed with this one because of the way the wheel drops down so far out. But other than that, it's not a bad piece. $2.99 RC Hobby Explosion. They're in Texas. Fast shipping. Great deal on a great looking HPI Maverick Quantum Plus Flux. Alright guys, stay tuned for running videos. Peace.